Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out these two red dots, and what I'm really doing is really testing out the reticles, because they have two completely different reticles. This one is my Addable. I've had this for over a year. This has a solid 3 MOA red dot on it. Works really good. I've been very happy with it. Pretty, fairly durable. I just got this new Holosun. And it's got the ACCS, reticle on it, and that reticle is unique in that it has a built-in range estimation and bullet drop compensation. It's built into the red dot reticle itself. Okay, and what it does is it basically kind of gives you like a thin chevron with 3 dots underneath it, and then it gives you a big horseshoe around it. Now the chevron with the 3 dots would be kind of difficult to use at close range. If you're coming up trying to find find it fast. However, the big horseshoe that's around it, is helpful for kind of like, basically I find it's easy to kind of find that big horseshoe and get it on your target. So I've been playing around with it a little bit, and so far it's been working pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to show you guys a drill that I've been doing to help me figure out, if this is going to be a good red dot for me or not. Basically, I have an obstacle course here, a couple of chairs that I'm moving around and shooting, and basically that over there simulates a car. You can see you got the 2 wheels there, and you got the table on top of it. So I'm going to simulate shooting underneath a car. And that's where you're really going to test out and see if the reticle is better for you or not. Because if you're just picking up the rifle, and just anchoring to the same place that you do every time, you're usually going to find that red dot. But it's when you get into the unconventional shooting positions on the ground, on your side, behind the rim of a car, that you can have, because then the rifle isn't sitting perfectly on your shoulder. Usually if I'm on my right side, I usually transition to my left side. If I'm laying on my right side, I'll transition to this side, and that will help me shoot the rifle a little bit better. So when you're on the ground, you're not gonna be anchoring to the same points on your body with the rifle that you normally anchor to. So that's where I think the reticle, the design of the reticle, might be able to help you. Okay. Now, basically, I got both these red dots mounted on 22 rifles. For the type of test that I'm doing, it makes no difference, what caliber I'm shooting. The question really is, how quickly can my eye find the reticle and get it on the target? All right. So let's start this drill. You guys can, you may not be able to see the targets, but you should be able to hear the pinging as I'm hearing them. this one's dry. Finish up this one. Okay, so this gun's not dry. So, having gone through this a couple of times already, the big horseshoe of the ACCS reticle that's on this Holosun is definitely helping me find the reticle and get it on the target faster when I'm on the ground and I'm in an unconventional shooting position. Because what happens is when I'm on the ground, okay, if the rifle's normally sitting like this, when I get on the ground and I'm shooting on this side, what I do is I transition the gun to this side over here. And I'm shooting the gun like that. And then back on this side, I'm shooting like that. Okay? So the rifle is in a slightly, unconventional position that you're not used to, and the big horseshoe definitely helps, helps you find it. What I'm finding is with the smaller red dot, in those weird positions, a lot of times I'm hunting for it. Now, cool thing about this ACCS reticle, at different distances, like I said earlier, it has a range estimation and bullet drop compensation. So basically, they give you a chevron in there, and basically, it assumes that the average width of a man is about 18 inches. And if you can fit the man inside the chevron, he's at about 300, if he's touching the inside of the chevron, he's at about 300 yards. If he's touching the outside of the chevron, he's at 400 yards. And then they give you these different dots underneath it, which means different things for different calibers. So with the 22 that I have here, they have you sight the top of the chevron in at 50 yards. The bottom of the chevron comes in at 100 yards. The first dot's at 125, second dot's at 150, third dot is at 175. If you shoot to a 5.56 caliber, that changes. The top of the chevron is at 100 yards. The bottom is at, I believe, 300 yards. The first dot's at 400. Next dot's at 500. The last dot is at 600. So I think it's a great system. The one drawback is that your eyes have to be up to the task of using those dots, because what I find is with my vision, if I'm looking at those dots for a long period of time at distance, the distinction between the three dots starts to kind of blur it, kind of blend in, and instead of seeing three dots, I see more of a solid arrow. So you have to have really sharp eyesight in order to be able to fully take advantage of that. So which is why when I first tried this at distance, I said, you know what, I don't think this system is going to work for me. But now that I'm doing the close quarter combat, I'm seeing that big horseshoe is definitely helping me find find the reticle and find my targets from the unconventional shooting positions. So, basically try it out for yourselves and, post some comments and let me know what you think about this. Okay? And this is the Holosun 503G, which has the ACCS reticle. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.